Chess is war over the board, and the object is to crush the opponent's mind. That is our daily Bobby Fischer quote of the day. And in this video, we're going to analyze a game of Hikaru Nakamura. In today's video, we'll be analyzing that. As you've seen over the past year and a half, certain chess creators have taken a liking to analyzing my losses and milking every single dollar from AdSense that they can get, clickbaiting my name. So unfortunately, Hikaru was eliminated from Division 2. So I'm going to be analyzing his game against Rauf, very strong player, friend of mine. And in addition to that, as I was looking out at which book to choose for today, I was reminded of two stories. Grandmaster Preparation Calculation, which is now that it's ACP Book of the Year. I guess this is not going to be FIDE Book of the Year. That is a joke that only serious chess players will get. And then Bobby Fischer, another book that I'd like to share. So we're going to start with this book. I'm going to talk about a story about how this book impacted my life. So I remember in 2020, right around obviously peak pandemic, starting in around September, I had gone back home for a short period, and I, of course, after a lot of success online and regained focus on chess streaming, I was very eager to come back to, become a grandmaster. So I remember the summer that I became an international master. Before, I had watched Sam Shanklin's DVDs, and I had watched these DVDs so obsessively, his calculation DVDs, that it really awoken something inside me, and it really had a great impact on my sort of calculation and my focus, and really reinvigorated my chess. And I remember obviously stumbling upon this book, and I think that my daily schedule was that I would literally wake up, and I had school at the time. I had to go through this daily prison time, as you can say, or daily torture, and I would have two monitors on my school, and I'll have my class, and then on the side I'd have a PDF of this, and I would spend at least 8 hours a day just doing every single exercise from this book. Really, I went through the entire book, every single puzzle, and I did this maybe for like 8 to 10 hours a day. And as soon as I would finish school, I'd just sit on my computer, just staring at the specific book, and really working quite hard. Because again, I don't want to go too much into my weaknesses, but I've always been blessed with an amazing chess intuition. And some things have come naturally, and some things, don't come naturally, and some things are better or worse when you're tired or you have energy. And often with me, the energy is an unpredictable thing, especially if you're sick, And I just remember spending all this time reading this book, and obviously it inspired such a passion and focus in me. As often when you find specific things about chess that are especially interesting. So I remember just ravenously going through this book, and having, of course, a lot of success right after that. And I remember there was a period where I was living in Serbia briefly, and this book, obviously, Fischer was not someone that I in the beginning of my chess career knew much about. Of course, I was familiar, but later on in my chess career, as I started to study the classics and to study the history of chess, of course, Fischer's story and everything about him became so compelling, and I had to sort of read every book I could about him and discover everything I could. And I started about this book to also illustrate my obsession with chess. Is I used to take this book into the sauna, and I would go for a daily swim, and I'd bring this book with me, and then I wanted to do something in the sauna. So I bring this book in the sauna with me, and I sit there for 15, 20 minutes, and go through this entire book. And at one point I was only reading it in the sauna, and I had almost basically finished it. And at some point, after having bringing a book into the sauna, the pages were a bit damaged. And obviously now I have a brand new one. The other one I lost somehow. But these are two books that I had very sort of nice memories about, because this book signified a very transformative moment in my career, and this was sort of the beginning of my discovery of course, of Fischer's amazing story. And again, of course, it would be a lifelong goal for me to ever compare to his greatness, but I do think that to see how he was attacked, and how he dealt with the media, and how he overcome all of the greatest barriers is certainly inspiring, and I can only hope to be inspired by his amazing work ethic, and his passion, and his ferocity that he carried through in his chess, and try to apply that to my game as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the two snippets about these books. As I go through these books, maybe some of you are reading along, maybe some of you have read these books yourself. I'm also going to be talking about my tournament schedule. Of course, as you know, the St. Louis Chess Club has basically uninvited me. I don't want to say the word banned, because they've said it's only for a year. And to be honest, the last thing I'll say about this for now is that them banning me publicly did not change anything with my relationship with them. There has been a shadow ban, or a soft ban, that they've put on me since at least the beginning of 2023. So I'm honestly glad that they did this publicly, and I'm honestly glad that they've proclaimed to everyone that they've gone against the core of their mission. And St. Louis Chess Club's mission is to grow American chess and to support American talents, and they have gone against that to the absolute core by what they're doing to me. And I hope that people who are aware of chess understand how absolutely ridiculous that is, and how they should be supporting American-born talents and American chess players. So that's unfortunate, but I will persevere, and I am trying to find every tournament that I can play. I'm going to be playing a tournament in Tunisia in 2 weeks. Then there are open events in Germany and Spain, which I'll discuss in detail, showing the fields, going through everything. And then, obviously, in May, there are different tournaments in UAE and different opens. I'll be playing the French League. If there are any tournaments, I thought about trying to organize my own matches. I had the idea that I would like to, if they want to blacklist me, then why can't chess clubs around the world organize matches? I'll play, for free. If you are a chess club around the world, and you want to host a match, if you have a local top 100 player, if there are any top 100 players in the world who would like to play me in a match, and you can provide the venue, I will play for free. I will provide as much attention to the tournament, attention chess club that I can, and I think that's a great thing. So I'm trying to work on that now, and trying to generate opportunities that have been lost. But again, I'm not fazed by this. Of course, it's very unfortunate and disappointing, but I know, and from everything that I've had to persevere in my life, that when I put my mind to something, I will achieve it regardless of what stands in my way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. Like, subscribe, and comment. And I hope you guys can follow on the journey, and maybe even see some of you at my tournaments that I'm playing. In today's video, we'll be analyzing Hikaru Nakamura's game against Rauf in the Division 2. We're also going to be looking at a couple of Hikaru's games where, I think the mic is going crazy, where he has gotten to a rating of 3390. But we're going to examine how exactly he got there, because it was a bit of a weird route. So let's look from Hikaru's perspective. E4. E5, he's playing the Berlin opening, very solid. Let's turn this off. Queen E2, okay, this is a bit of a weird move. Bishop C5. In the opening, you typically want to develop your pieces before your queens. So he takes the opportunity to develop quite quickly. C3, castles, D3, D6, knight D2, A6, bishop A4, B5, bishop B6. Again, it's not really clear why the queen was so nice on E2. Hikaru's developed his pieces. Maybe the bishop will go to b7, maybe bishop goes to g4. But he wants to go knight f1. Obviously, he wants to save time. Usually you go castles, rook e1, knight f1, knight g3. But here he wants to say, okay, I'm going to go knight f1 first. Save time. He goes knight g4, knight e3, takes. He takes with the pawn, which is interesting. He basically wants to take and then maybe go d4 to block out this bishop. He goes f5, bishop b3 check, king h8, bishop d5. Trying to pin. Queen e8, a strong move. Defending it this way, because obviously if you go like this and you take and you can't take because the knight is hanging, you don't really want to take with here because before maybe. It's a nice move because if you take, you take. So he goes h4, quite an aggressive move. Rook b8, moving out of the way. He wants to go knight e7, kick the bishop. h5 again. Okay, it's clearly he's just playing, very aggressively. It's in his style. He goes pawn takes e4, knight h4, threatening knight g6, knight e7, bishop takes e4. Let's see if the bishop b7, there's knight g6 check and take. So here, obviously, this check, you can take. So bishop takes e4, bishop f5. I don't know, maybe d5 is okay. Bishop f3. Just kick the bishop, go bishop e6. Looks like a fine position. Like if e4, you go d4. I don't know why you need to go bishop f5. I would be hesitant to give away this bishop. I prefer just to, because it's clear that obviously these things could be annoying, but okay, you're completely developed. The white king is in the center. If you go queenside, you can start running your pawns. The king doesn't really clearly want to go kingside, so okay, bishop f5 is slightly questionable. Bishop back to e6, e4, h6. I don't know, maybe he should try to put something like b4. I think b4, bishop d4, you should go, like a5 even, or knight c6. The point is that he goes h6. It's sort of creating a potential hole, he should just say, of course, if you go let's say you just play a5, right? I think b4. Let's say you go like this, you just sort of ignore it, so perhaps a bit of poor understanding by Hikaru. h6, g4, again, now this is what we call a hook, so if you, for example, went, let's say you start going b4, you need to create counterplay, like pawn takes, like knight c6, you're getting very quick counterplay. Let's say you go bishop d2, you take, bishop c5, rook comes to b2, the king is stuck, It's going to be very hard for white to create, any serious threats if you don't give them a hook, and you just create immediate counterplay, So g4, b4, g5, takes, bishop a5, but already, you have, to calculate. Well, it's unclear, bishop d2, again, still h because of check. Rook b2, rook c1, king h7, okay, very takes, knight g6, rook f6, okay, I don't know what you should play is this? You just take, no? I don't know what he was afraid of. Because if takes, you have takes. Yeah, I'm not checking with the engine, I don't know for sure, but it seems like you just go here, you've got all these attacks, you got a potential of this. I don't know, it looks pretty good to me. Rook f6 is a bit tame. Now queen comes d3. Now the fort but now you see all he had to do was just be more prophylactic. Now he's getting some activity. He's got a bit of a time edge. Queen f7, rook g1, bishop back to d6, d4, bishop back to a5. I don't know what that is doing. A bit confused by this whole maneuver. Queen f4 takes e5, dc, bishop c3. Again, you have all these pieces. Your king is stuck here. And you want to usually keep control, but now he just makes one mistake, and he's just what he takes, king back to e1, and now okay, the king looks nice, but you've got some serious stuff happening here. The knight is stuck, the bishop is doing nothing. c5, pawn takes, rook f3, and just checkmate. So I think Hikaru really if you look at the accuracy, he played a 78.6% accuracy. It's a bit weird for player, being so strong to play this type of, weird, game. I don't know, because it's a bit bush league, if you ask me. But I don't know. And just by the way, guys, I have nothing against Hikaru. I'm just following. I'm just sharing with my viewers top level chess. So when I analyze every single game that he loses, it's not because I have anything against Hikaru. It's because I just like analyzing the games because it gets me a lot of money on AdSense. I'm objective unbiased. Okay, sorry, to continue. So yeah, this was a very important game. He blundered Mason 1, also quite peculiar. He had to really, back here, just no need to give a hook, just create counterplay and let the chess speak for itself. But unfortunately, the chess spoke for itself today. And of course, Hikaru has reached quite high rating, and I want to discuss that. So I noticed that at one point Hikaru was 3386. And as you guys have known, seen, I have challenged Hikaru after my victory against Matep Tuesday to a 50-game charity match. And unfortunately, he has not responded to that match. It's a bit weird considering all of the videos he makes about me and that he doesn't respond to my public challenge. Considering how great of a player Hikaru is, especially in online chess, and Blitz especially, as well, it seems quite weird for him to back down from a potential challenge from an up-and-coming young player like myself who recently rose to the ranks of number 3 on chess.com. So perhaps if you are viewers of him, you could ask him if he's interested, or at least a reply would be quite nice. But I noticed that when he gets to 3380, if you look at his opponents, he's not playing like anyone good. He's playing people 500 points below him, farming 1 point per game, which I find to be quite ridiculous. Like, I'm looking at his games, I'm trying to find one good player that he played. Again, these are fine players, but these are not, I'm trying to look like he's literally farming the same, people over and over again. So I think this rating system is quite inflated. I don't understand why he's afraid to play other people. Look, he's just farming, Okay, he played a couple games against the 3100, but only 2. He never plays long matches because obviously a rating of 3370, if me and Hikaru were to play a match, it would obviously disappear quite quickly. And as you can see, just the same 2900s over and over and over again. So again, Hikaru is a great player. And okay, he played a short match here, but I would recommend that you play against some stronger people because it's just I think that winning 60 games in a row against amateurs is not exactly the best way to farm your rating. So we're gonna finish this video off discussing my schedule. So the next tournament that I'm playing is in the Jerba Chess Festival. I guess you can see the schedule here. The first round is the 18th, and the last round is the 25th in Jerba, Tunisia. It's an island, like a touristic island. And then there's a bit of a break. I have signed up for the Grenke chess tournament. If you look at the registered table, so I don't know why I'm not here yet, but I registered. So the thing is with this tournament, guys, is that obviously, as you can see, there is a round robin tournament with these 6 players. So I've sent 2 emails to the tournament, and they haven't replied to me. So perhaps I'm a bit concerned that considering who you can obviously see is playing, that the tournament might not be inclined to invite me. But fortunately, this is an open event, and I've registered like any other player. And usually for this type of tournament, I get paid. But I'll go there. I'll play for free. So I have registered. I don't know why my registration. I guess I registered. Here, I literally I put in like my name and everything, and I registered. And it's not on here, so I have to reach out to them. So hopefully, I'm able to play in this tournament because it's an open event, and there should be no reason why I shouldn't be able to play. There's a $20,000 first prize, €20,000 first prize, and I think maybe the winner qualifies to the round robin. I'm not sure. So 20,000, 10,000. That's a good tournament, and it's right before the tournament that I'm playing in Spain. This tournament has given me conditions. This is the tournament in Menorca, with some pretty strong players at the top, Aragay, Nihal, some players from my rating. So I'm looking forward to this. And this starts April 1st. No, April 2nd. So this tournament ends April 1st. Then I fly the next day here and play. And then obviously in May, there's more tournaments. But again, guys, I could be, in March playing in the American Cup. As you can see, guys, if you look at the sort of rating list, and you look at the top American players, I'm the number 8 player, and essentially the American Cup, which is happening now or coming soon, which I'm not invited to. They invited Sam Shankland and Oparin above me, instead of me, which is quite unfortunate. And Shankland's played the past 3 years, of course. So obviously, it'd be very nice for me to play in a tournament where the first prize is $50,000 and not €5,000, which I'm playing in Spain. Or the tournament I'm playing in Tunisia, the first prize is like maybe $1,300. And instead of St. Louis, the last prize being like 12 grand. Obviously, that's not a great thing. But it is what it is. I'm gonna persevere. It's fine. And so, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Got to analyze the game of Hikaru, talk about obviously my challenge to Hikaru, which is still valid. Let's do something nice for charity, please. Just whatever like thing you recommend, whatever match format you'd like. At least I'd like a response, because if you're gonna make so many videos about me, when I respond and I set out a challenge, you should at least reply. So like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys are enjoying day 6 Journey to World Chess Champion, and I'll see you guys in the next one.